Before the video start, remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done that already. Make sure to check out the mobility write-up if you prefer the written form for this video, and I also put the save file there. Join the Discord server and let's get in. Okay, so after the latest patch where we get the Mercenary Day DLC, you could call it that, a lot would change. We got a bunch of new weapons, some which is pretty insane. We also have a lot of balance changes, some of which is very impactful. So I figured that today I would make an update build to one of my favorite builds on Halo, which is Gamma Ray Burst. Because since the video release, I have learned a lot more and there is also a lot more change to the game, so I think an update video is necessary. Before we go into the change I had made to the build, I just want to quickly recap what this build is all about. So from the name, we already know that this build is revolved around Gamma Ray Burst. Gamma Ray Burst is similar to Bloodshot from Vex if you know that skill, but it is basically adding flat aim that is equal to your shield capacity to your next shot. If your next shot is something like the kill drone or attack drone taser, the aim applied to every single tick of damage of the art fire, which is very powerful when we are pairing the flat damage with a high capacity shield. The 65,000 capacity I have here and a bunch of skills that buff shield capacity, there is a couple change to our setup. The biggest change, well, not really a change, it is an addition, which is the Rooker. Rooker is a new weapon from the ball card mechanic that they added from the last patch. These weapons, it has an art fire that fire 2 needles that continuously home in on enemies you are aiming at. They are very similar to the Freeman in BL3, but this guy doesn't explode when it hits an enemy. They just kind of fly around, last for very long duration, and the art fire has a high cooldown. So like you can treat this art fire kind of like the kill drone, but with much longer duration and shorter cooldown, and also better AI, I would say. And because it is fire from your gun, it is getting Gamma Ray Burst. One more interesting thing about this gun is that if you can roll Jacob part on this every time it crit, which it does a lot because we are using excited state, it will spawn a new projectile, a new needles that also home in enemy and kind of target any enemies that we are aiming at, and that extra projectile also get Gamma Ray Burst, so it is pretty insane as you can see from the intro montage. Now the second biggest change to this build is that in the last patch they changed how crit bonuses apply to certain crit. So previously Deadeye is considered as gear crit, where it is only applied to crit hit that actually hit the crit spot of an enemy, but now it applies to certain stuff, and one of those stuff is the excited state. For some reason, now excited state allows your gun that crit to get the 25% from 2 out of 3 Deadeye and the 75% from 3 out of 3 Deadeye. So this is a lot of crit damage to be having in your damage formula. And the crazier thing is that it also applies to Gamma Ray Burst. I had doubt that it wouldn't, because Gamma Ray Burst is kind of its own thing and is skill gun damage, so they might not work, but I was proven wrong, which I was very happy about. So the change is that we are taking 3 out of 3 for Deadeye now for a lot of formula, damage formula, which is insane. In the skill tree, there is a slight change where we remove 4 points from make extraordinary and put it into a feedback loop, which would give us more active skill duration and active skill damage. And the final change I made to the build is that I include a sleepy now that I have noticed how this build struggle against via enemies, so you can use a sleepy against them. And I also got the 65,000 capacity shield, so if you download my save, link in the description, you will get this shield. I think this is the highest cap shield in the game, so that should be it for the update of this build. Just a really quick video I want to showcase about the new stuff coming to this game in the Mercenary Day event.